So it's pretty apparent that the role of VP Social is very heavy at the beginning of the year with 101 week and very heavy at the end of the year with grad ball. What do you plan on doing to kind of continue your role throughout the entire year? Do you want to introduce a new event? Do you want to, I don't know, start something new? What are your ideas to kind of make sure that you're always connected with council throughout the entire year?
Sorry, this is directed both of you?
Both of you, yeah.
So what I'm honestly looking to do, I know 101 week's a huge thing, again, grad ball, also in grad pictures, but I feel like after 101 week, there's a big gap between the next big event, so which is grad ball or grad pictures. I've been approached currently by someone sitting in this room, asking for help towards events, and I know that's a big part of VP Social, is really being able to run all these events and looking for guidance towards how to approach the situation, how to get people to come out, and really how to run an event perfectly or very smoothly. So I think it's a major thing for VP Social to be able, again, approachable and be available to students. Something that I am looking to implement is really being as a family in Telfer and being involved in the community, so definitely that charity aspect. So that's definitely a big thing that I'm looking to implement during the year.
Thank you. So yeah, kind of like Tarek said, there's a big gap between when you first get here in 101 week and when you leave at grad ball. But in between, there's no connection in between those things. So you don't want to really take away from the club's events because they are trying to promote getting involved with everything. But I think we could host fun little events, maybe especially targeting people who might not be involved in the clubs, maybe like pizza parties. Like I know they sound silly, but like they could really, really work. And like maybe games nights, even movie nights, things like that. I know that the Residents Association hosts the dive-ins at the pool where they project a movie onto the wall, and they get a really, really great turnout. So if we find little initiatives like that to kind of connect throughout the year instead of just at the beginning and end.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask tough questions here. So you guys are both guides, right?
I was a captain for it.
And you were a guide. Sorry, Tarek, you mentioned you did get your bracelet cut. Really brave of you. You probably saw this question coming. From my understanding, now that you did get in trouble in the previous 101 week, the 101 week is one of the bigger events for VP Social. To my knowledge, and I confirm with people, anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, including yourself and Tarek. From now on, I believe that if you get your bracelet cut, you can no longer be a guide for the years to come. Now, I know this is the point where you're at, and I know you're giving an appeal to the SCFUO, but you won't know until after elections, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you don't even know if you're going to be able to be there at 101 week. How do you think this is fair to your candidate and the other ones running for the council, especially that if you do not make the role, they're going to have to pick up whatever you plan throughout the entire week? And what would happen if you got the position but couldn't run 101 week? Who would take that role? So can you answer both those questions?
Sorry, I'm going to answer the first one.
Yeah.
So I just
Thank you.
Don't scramble between questions. Definitely getting my bracelet cut was a big issue. It was a fault on my part, definitely, and I have sincerely apologized to Telfer, face-to-face to everyone. One big thing that I know is a huge thing is getting that appeal process approved. I am looking to implement a couple of things that is solving the situation that we're having at Telfer, or I should say problem. What I'm looking to do is, if I don't get the role, I'm looking to step down and actually give the position to someone who actually, I should say, deserves or has guide status. I have to say that this is my passion, and I know you've been president of JDC currently, as anyone else doesn't know. When an executive member has fault or makes a mistake, that executive member has the drive and the passion to really pick up or recover what they've lost. So definitely seeing my dream fall through my hands is one of the hardest things I can see, but you have to fight with what is needed for it. Sorry, what was the second question?
You sort of answered it, like what would happen after, and you would. Well, good answer. Good job.
Yeah, sorry.
I find after the 101 week, there's people you meet during like Frost Week and whatever who just disappear. You never see them until like fourth year. How are you going to get those people involved outside, like after 101 week, into kind of Telfer life, socially?
Sorry, let's go first.
Sure. Well, I think that plays, again, a big part on the guides. first of all, like they tell about their experiences. One of the reasons I got involved is because I was talking with the guides and they were telling me about all these clubs, and I looked with my friends that I met during 101 week to get involved in these clubs. So I really think that the guides and captains and organizational committee really do play a big part in keeping kind of those friendships going and getting involved that way.
So the answer to Daria's question was, how can you get the students involved that don't have the whatever involvement or initiative that can actually come out? As Amira was saying, it's one of the hardest things to do as a first year is really getting that aspect of coming out and doing what you love to do. So what I'm looking to implement is really getting those students that aren't able to take the initiative to come out and be active in the community. So definitely getting those club representatives to go to classrooms and really emphasize how important it is to network and come out to small, even as Sarah was saying, as pizza events or let's say a pub night or restaurant night, or if someone's not even likes drinking or promoting drinking, is really just looking to have a night out at Fun Haven, just to get to really get to know people. So it's definitely something I'm looking at.
Thank you. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, so Tarek, you touched base on your experience, so this is more directed to you. So can you let me know what your experience is that would apply to this
Event
position?
planning?
Yeah.
So within Telfer, I haven't really had a major role in event planning. I've kind of been on the sidelines just because I'm a marketing student. But outside of Telfer, I've definitely kind of taken the lead in a lot of events. I was on prom committee in high school, and I was also on student council. So that side. But this summer, I organized a lot of events and took the main role in this in memory of my friend. One of the bigger ones was we did a jog for Josh where we had a turnout of 250 people. I had to get approval by the township. I had police officers there. We had a big barbecue. I had to get the town hall. We sold bracelets, all that jazz kind of thing. So I guess that event kind of really made me want to take the lead and organize more events.
And you're currently, what's your position on council? You're
I'm director of communications, so hopefully I can use that communication to kind of carry on what Channing did and stay in contact with the SFUO and really build those bridges using those communication skills.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I actually have a question for you guys. What is your vision for 101 week? Is it the same? Is there changes? What do you see this coming 101 week for if you are chosen as VP Social?
Doesn't matter.
What I'm really looking to do is honestly getting that family feel again. I'm really trying to get that interconnection between faculties, and I know it's a big part of 101 week that we haven't had, as SFUO is here and telling us. What I'm looking to do is, because of my connections with bars downtown and people I know, what I'm looking to do is actually go bigger and beyond that Channing has passed down the relationship we've had with others. So it's really getting that bigger style event, so combining faculties with others. What I'm looking to do is, I know some of you know what it is, but some of you don't, something called Life in Color. I'm trying to implement that with the Ernst & Young Center. I've already been in contact with them, even though I haven't had the role yet, but I'm definitely looking to go big.
For me, I've actually been going around this week a lot and asking people who are in first year different suggestions that they might have and things that they liked and didn't like. And I've actually got an overwhelming response that they absolutely loved how everything went. And I think for me, there's a great variety between different ages who can drink and who can't drink and things like that, and having the SFUO events, which are more dry events kind of thing. But I want to really clean up some of the minor things. So at the Hypnotist show, that was a huge hit. There was a huge response. So maybe booking out a bigger room, having more food at the formal night. And I really want to ensure, I know it sounds cheesy, but safety and security. So one of the things we had an issue with a 101er who was kind of incoherent. And I really want to, there's no emergency contact. So I really want to add an emergency contact on the sign-up kit. And as well, really push and make sure that the guides understand that their roles and responsibilities are when they're signing up to be a guide. Yeah, we go through the guide training, which is totally awesome, but maybe doing a separate little thing just to make sure, like not an information session or anything, but just to make sure that they know what the consequences might be and just make sure everything's followed.